Stop! Stop what? Just dressing up the set. I don't know, man. I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't know, man. Screwball. This is line screwball. Line screwball. Line screwball. Line screwball. Kind of looks like him, doesn't it? He wears the glasses, kind of has that smirk. Good morning, everybody. It's 9:30. It's 9:30. I got my camo shorts on. Got my boots. Look at these boots. Look at my boots. You like my boots? You like my boots? My S-kicking boots. Hi, Jong. Hi, Going Slightly Mad, Mike, Nana, Jerry, Judy, Boyd. Who wears the Who wears the boots in Line Screw's household? I don't think he's divorced, isn't he? I don't think he's married. I think he lives. Does he have a cat? A dog? Mikey Mike is in the house! Yeah, you got to sit here and wait for all the folks to arrive. Yeah. Everybody wake up, wake up. You know, if you're here in the D.C. area, I imagine part of the Northeast today, it is a gosh darn gorgeous day. I mean, I took Tank out for a walk. I don't know, we had some sort of a front come through yesterday, and it is an absolutely beautiful day here in the D.C. area. It is like 65, bright sun, low humidity, nice little breeze. It is just gorgeous here today after a week of kind of a humidity and stuff like that. Oh, yeah. So it is beautiful. Now, you know, the problem I have with this, I don't know if it's this browser I'm using Chrome. But, you know, it's like the chat comments keep going away. I see them now, but they'll blink away, and then I got to click on them, and it's a real nuisance. Hi, Tim. How are you? Hi, Billy. Don't lose my number. It's 9 p.m. Are you the Billy? Don't you lose my number? Are you the is that really Billy, or is that a troll? Billy, don't lose my. That was a Phil Collins. Lose my number. Dave Hughes, the comedian. Yeah, that's right. One of the top comedians in Australia is a guy named Dave Hughes. Oh, yeah. And I think I Googled my name a couple times. I do that every now and then, you know. And there's also a Dave Hughes who's like a Scottish soccer player. So, you know, those are the two famous Dave Hugheses. Hi, Edmund. Steely Dan. Ricky, don't lose that number. Yeah, that's a Steely Dan song. But there's another one. Isn't there like a Phil Collins, don't you lose mine? I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. My brain, you know, I get songs. It's funny how I get songs and they all kind of mishmash in my brain. SaturDAVE, 9:30 a.m. Eastern Time. We're just kind of gathering the forces here. Let's see. It's 8:30 in RV Joey time, which is Central. It's 7:30 in Swedes time, which is where a lot of the RVers are today. They're in Colorado. So RV Yimmy and Destination Open Road and Aja and Camper Van Kevin, they're all in Mountain Time. And then, of course, Pacific Time, where Adam is. And that's about it. I'll just Adam. There's nobody else. Oh, and no. Can't forget. She's my Carolyn Blind Views. She's my Carolyn, not yours. Camper Carol. I like that. Camper Carol. That's nice and short. Hi, Susan. Hi, YOLO. Who else is here? The Swedes boner. Ken, you should vinyl wrap Little Adam. Somebody said I should do that. I've already gotten that comment. Yeah, put a vinyl wrap on Little Adam. I like it. That's, I guess, one of our big stories this week. We're talking about the bottom of YouTube, the latest news, bottom of YouTube this week. Certainly not as crazy as the week before when we had the giant feud there between Line Screw and Carolyn's RV Life. It'll calm down a little bit this week, but we still had some good stories. We had, there's Crotchy, there's Screwball, and there's this is that wonderful this is that wonderful banner. That wonderful banner that Time Chaser made. Isn't that neat? I love it. I got another one. He made me an even bigger banner. Maybe I should sit over here so you can see my disembodied head. Ricky, don't lose that number. Da, 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 da. Let's do songs about telephones, shall we? Telephone line. And that good song, ELO. Hanging on the telephone. Blondie. That was a great. I love that song. Hey, I'm just hanging on the telephone. Oh, yeah. You can call me out. Well, that's not really phone anyway. Oh, Billy. Hi, big time. How are you doing? Did they total your car? I guess they totaled your car, huh? Or they got to fix it. The whole front end is squashed. And don't worry, we can fix it. How are you feeling, big time? You got any, like, achy things, like a couple days after the accident, you might, my neck's hurting, you're gonna sue somebody for a, whiplash. Get a lawyer. If you got a phone, you got a lawyer. Hi, Steve. Hi, Chuck Wagon. Pretty amazing how a man with no job like Nomadic Fanatic has been spending like a drunken sailor lately. You got to hand it to Eric. You do have to hand it to Eric. I think he has built a very sustainable, nice little channel here on the bottom of YouTube, here on the whole YouTube. He's doing okay. I mean, if you look at his Social Blade numbers, I don't know what he's making, but he's certainly making a livable wage. He's doing that. He's been doing it for how long? 4 or 5 years now. All the drama, all the stuff. He's got all of his old videos up, so it doesn't come. It's what you call like I don't know what you call it. All those, they're all still up there and they're all still making money. And he puts new videos up, and people are just rediscovering him and discovering him. And I don't know. I think he's done you have to hand it to him. I think he's done a very good job with the channel, and he's doing quite well. And and he's got the T-shirt sales and whatever else is going on. And I think he's doing okay. And hey, MFJ channel. What are you saying, Craig? Is MFJ here, or is it an MFJ channel? Billy, don't lose my number. Is that Mark Fun? Is that really Mark Fun Jones? Hi, Nutty Poop. The Nerves did that song first. Okay, yeah. The Nerves. I don't remember the Nerves. Eric didn't lose Angela's number. No, he probably still has Morgan's number occasionally. Operator Jim Croce. Oh yeah, I love that song. Yeah, that's a sad song. That's a very sad song. Poor Jim Croce died in that plane crash. Yeah, I liked him. I loved his mustache. He had one of those really friggin' cool mustaches. He's an Italian-looking guy, big dark mustache. He had those kind of sad eyes. Jim Croce. Yeah, you wonder what would have happened had he not been in the plane crash and gone on to further his career. He might even be like on The Voice today, one of those. Judges on The Voice. Jim Croce, what would have happened to Jim Morrison had he not died? What would he be doing now? He'd be judging a celebrity contest on CBS. I I would hate to see. Oh my goodness. Billy, don't lose my number. Is he unlovable? E-begging. E-begging, again, there's a difference between e-begging and monetization. I think, let me get that in frame. Yeah, there we are. There's Crotch. How you doing, Crotch? Saturday. Anyway, big difference between e-begging and not a big difference. I mean, there's variations of it. How do you go from monetization and making money? And again, as I've said a billion times before, I don't have a problem with people, living on YouTube and trying to make a living wage. I don't have a problem with that. You're producing content and you want people to help you out with it. And if they enjoy it, why not send you a little bit of money? There's no problem with that. If you want to sell t-shirts, if you want to do postcards, if you want to do Patreon, PayPal, the whole shebang. I have no problem with any of that. The problem is when you start asking for money when when you really don't need it, or when you're making things up to get the money. You're doing shady things. When you're constantly asking for money, it just never ends. When you scroll down to the the description of your chat of your video, and there's like 13 or 15 different ways people can send you money. My Amazon links, my PayPal, my Patreon, my shirts, my, that gets to be like e-baggy cringe. Yeah. Oh yeah. Buy Nomad merch. Hi, Line Screw. How are you? I did enjoy your latest video. There's the screwball. I presume it was basically like, go check out Line Screw's new video. It's very good, actually. And that's true. As you get older and men lose their looks and may not be so great in bed anymore, what do women want with them? Okay, they're handy around the house, right? They can fix the leaky toilet, or they can, the shutters are falling off, or the roof needs repair, or the whatever, or of course there's the bank account. If you got a big bank account, you could be a withered up old man who can barely walk. You can't do it in the bedroom anymore, but you got the money. Those women are going to love you, right? I talk to a lot of guys that, at my age, 50s, 60s, that, are either widowed or divorced or never been married and are looking for a woman, and they're on all these dating sites and OkCupid and JDates and Plenty of Fish, and they're just desperately looking for a woman, and some of them have had like 150 dates and they just can't. I had a friend who had a lakefront apartment. Okay. And he was kind of living there at a reduced rent because he'd had a lot of illnesses, and the landlord felt sorry for him. So, he was living in this apartment and not paying a lot of money for it. And he didn't have any money to pay, but he had, so he was living there with kind of like a landlord's blessing. And he would do these things on OkCupid that said like, I'm a man with a lakefront apartment, a lakefront domicile or something. And women loved that. They thought, well, if he's got a lakefront condo or whatever, he's rich, right? And he would fool them into thinking he was rich and get all these dates. And then, they'd come, then eventually find out that he was renting his apartment at some real low rate because he was broke, and nothing ever panned out. But he did get a lot of first dates. That was pretty cool. Yeah, Line Screw, you're up really early there. Well, it's 6:45 in BC. A lot of things going on in British Columbia. Another thing we got to mention are the tragic deaths of those hikers. A bunch of 3 Canadian hiker, 2 men and a woman, died on July the 3rd. They were up there. I think it's called Shannon Falls. I may be wrong. It's up north of Vancouver, and they do a channel. And again, my brain is flipping on me right here. They do a channel, and I did link to it in yesterday's video. That they go out and do a lot of exploring things, and their channel has like 100. It has like 500,000 subs. Anyway, they were in these pools, I guess, that feed the waterfall, and somehow one of them fell into a lower pool, and they went to rescue her, and then they all got swept away by the currents, and that was really tragic, very, very sad. But so British Columbia, and then we've got, of course, Line Screw with his videos, and Carolyn's Every Life and her videos, and of course, the van life guy who's really building his channel a lot. And then we had, it seems like we've had about 10 different. And then Let's Chuck More Journey are in British Columbia. So it seems for some reason, and it happens every now and then at the bottom of YouTube, everybody seems to be ending up, the focus goes on like one place. And British Columbia has definitely been in focus for the last month or so here at the bottom of YouTube. Hi, Light Rays. Hi, Dave, new subscriber. I believe you're pretty technically quirky. Technically quirky. Thank you so much. Gerald Lindroth. If I paid $30 for popcorn, I bet I could sell him Camo Dave's dog poop. $15 a bag. Yeah, anybody want to buy Tank's poop? Let me run back here and check up on who's here. Okay, I realize I got to keep doing that because once I start talking, all these other people are joining the chat, and I have to shout you out. Yo-Yo Max, nice to see you. Line Screw, Mike Brown, Steampunk Santa. What does Eric think about when he's not thinking about himself? I don't know. Eric's an interesting guy. He seems to be doing just fine living on his own with his friends. He goes season visits friends and stuff like that, but he seems to be doing just fine on his own. I mean, he's had 2 different girlfriends, and neither of them have worked out for whatever reason. And he does seem to like to be independent. And he did mention how he was part of that MGTOW thing a while back. He's downplayed that because that doesn't go over real well with women. If you want women to join your channel, men going their own way. It basically means, I'm a single guy and I want to do my own thing and I don't want a woman to tell me what to do. Doesn't mean, you're hay or anything. It just means that you want to live your own life, and you don't want a woman saying, "Hey, honey, can you go out to the store and get me some ice cream? Hey, honey, can you, shovel the driveway? Hey, honey, the air conditioner's making a funny noise. Can you fix it? Hey, honey." Glenda Sully, it's nice to have you here. Thank you for joining the channel. Edmund Garcia, there's Edmund Garcia and Jay Edmund right next to each other. Yeah, Jim Croce would have been really big. He already was pretty big. He was quite big. Time in a Bottle. He did some really sad. What is that? You don't tug on Superman's cape. You don't spit into the wind. Da, 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 da. You don't mess around with Jim. That was a good song. Oh, yeah, he's from Philadelphia. I think he was from Philadelphia. I grew up in the Jersey suburbs of Philly. From being a wee infant till 14, I lived in the suburbs, the New Jersey suburbs of Philadelphia. And so they were, really big on Philadelphia, Philadelphia's own Jim Croce, Philadelphia's own Todd Rundgren, Philadelphia's own Hall & Oates, Philadelphia's own Boys to Men. It's like, if you were the radio stations, if you were a Philadelphia native or someone from that area, they really played you up a lot. Bruce Willis, I think he's from South Jersey, I'm pretty sure. I remember reading about him. Ryan Felipe, I think he's also from that area. Maybe it's Delaware, Wilmington, Trenton, Philadelphia. It's all one big giant mishmash. Morning Day from California. Let's go down. No. Mark Harper. Kat Kanken. How you doing, Kat? She's always one of the first people to comment on my videos. Gus Avocados. I like the new RV, the new NF paint job. Yeah. I mean, it's not a paint job. It's a wrap, right? They do some sort of plastic wrap, and then I guess they somehow, I don't know how they attach it. It's, I guess, done with heat or something. And Nomadic Fanatic says it's warranted to last like 5 or 6 years or something. But it looks really nice. I think it looks really nice. You see a lot of trucks wrapped like that, big trucks that are for various delivery services or have ads on the side. You don't see a lot of cars like that. I do occasionally. You do see a car with ads wrapped on it, but I honestly thought he was going to do some sort of a I don't know. His wrap looks like it's just his channel stuff on it, right? You can get ad wraps where you buy, some company will pay you to put an ad on your RV or your car or your truck. And I was almost under the impression that maybe he was going to do some sort of a deal with the Travel Channel where he'd have, the Travel Channel presents Nomadic Fanatic. Yeah, do some sort of a deal. It's amazing to me too. You see a lot of YouTubers make money by doing sponsorship things. You see a lot of that. A lot of those guys that fly around in planes, they do the airplane reviews. They will get free tickets. They will talk about what a wonderful flight this is. This wonderful Etihad, whatever they call it, that Middle Eastern airline. Oh, brilliant, wonderful flight. You do see a lot of that, and you look at Eric and you say, okay, well, he does spend a lot of time in Walmart parking lots, and he does. You would think there would be maybe companies like Camper World or whatever that would want to sponsor RVers, or even Walmarts, because you look at Aja. Good Lord, she spends about half her life in Walmarts. You think they might want to cough up a little money. She can walk around the Walmart and talk about how wonderful it is. Mikey Mike. Let's see who else is here today. Jared Lindroth. That was, Eric the Matic Fact. Yeah, he paid $30 for that bag of popcorn there at the Orville Redenbacher Museum. Did I actually spend money on that banner? No, not at all. That was the generosity of Time Chaser. Time Chaser sent me 2 wonderful banners, and that's one of them. And so yeah, when I go out. Now that's what I should do. I'll see if I can get that made into a wrap and put that on the side of Little Adam. I should. No, Time Chaser has been very nice. He's down in Florida, and he's made mainly stickers for a lot of people. A lot really cool stickers. Like this one. Isn't that cool? Yeah, man. I'd stick it on the wall, but I'm just renting a room here, so I don't want to mess up the environment. But that was a big story this week. The diversion Nomadic Fanatic took from the Lincoln Highway. Now the next question is, where's he going next? Is he going to head back up to? I think he was in Indiana or somewhere when he left the Lincoln Highway and went down to Georgia, and then he's going to turn around. What's he going to do? Go back to Indiana and then continue across Ohio and into Pennsylvania? I think Nomadic Fanatic needs to do something for Pennsylvania, because I think he shortchanged it. I remember he was doing that cross-country trip a year or 2 ago, and he came across Ohio, and then he did that little bit around Erie there, right along Lake Erie, just that little zip into Pennsylvania, and then zipped out. And I think he said, I'm going to come back and do more explorations in Pennsylvania, which is a big state. And then he didn't really do that. Then he came down through Jersey and Delaware and came. Yeah, Line Screw. Yeah, that was sad. Not far from here. Shannon Falls is near Squamish. Yeah, that was really sad. That was very sad. Everybody, the people that were killed were in their 20s and 30s. Yeah, and there was one of the girl, I guess, fell into a lower pool up there, and the 2 guys were getting to rescue her, and then there was the current. Yeah, it was really, really sad. Really, really sad. Those guys dye their hair black and buy a Stingray and look for older. Oh, I thought you said Stingray dyed his hair. Well, I'd like to see. Stingray should get just for men. Stingray's our good buddy down there in Richmond, Virginia. Oh, yeah. Line Screw, ever hang out with Chrome? Wasn't Chrome at that little, Chrome was at the little meetup thing they had there with the Caravan Carolyn there when they did the shout out to me. Yeah, I remember seeing him. That's the first time I've ever seen Chrome. And then Caravan Carolyn said, we need to check out this guy. Chrome is a very good guy. It's Van Life, Van City, Van Life. All these names they go around in your brain. Van City this, Van City that, camper this, camper van that, caravan that. I don't know. It's so confusing to get the names right. Van City, Van Life, I think he is. He's a really nice guy. he's very optimistic. He's one of those guys that he just loves. He gets up in the morning and, you know, he's living in a van. He's pretty much kind of, you see a number of these vanners that are kind of living in the Vancouver area, and they just, you know, he gets up in the morning. He's got his adorable, what do you call that? Some kind of dog, a bulldog, an adorable bulldog called Disco. And yeah, and he just like, here's what I do. I get up and he puts his laptop there and he's looking up. That's the one nice thing about living in Vancouver, though. It's gorgeous, right? It's beautiful. The weather looks nice. It's, you know, these beautiful lakes and mountains and the sky. And, you know, if you're living in like the Northeast, it's not, you know, it's like drizzling, it's raining, it's humid, you know, oh, it's sticky and there's bugs and, you know, there's air pollution and Guten morning, Stephanie Pooch. How are you? Hi, Todd Johnson. Hi, Janice Lala. How are you? Oh yeah, they wrap the buses here. You can't even see the windows. They have a kind of a wrap they put right over the windows on the buses, so the entire bus, other than the front windows that the driver uses, are completely covered in a wrap. Now, if you're sitting in the bus, you can see out. There's some sort of a wrap they use where you can see out. But yeah, if you're on the outside looking at the bus, the whole bus is just plastered with an ad. Oh yeah, a lot of them do that now. Dave, you should wear your colorful shirt on SaturDAVE. Nice to see you in some color. Yeah, I don't know. I just, you know, I want my life. I like to live my life simply. Let's go stickers on NFRV. Let's go stick. Oh, I see. Let's go stick stickers. Yeah, how about that? Eric does a good job on his vids. I do agree with you, Arizona Mike. I think he does. He's certainly improved over. I've been watching him for at least 3 years now, and his you know, he really has improved. And he does take a lot of time and effort into his camera work. And he's right. You know, he did that whole little thing the other day about, you know, giving people proper advice about camera work, how you should have the camera stabilized, how you should use the selfie stick, how you need to have the light source in front of you so that you're lit up. You know, a lot of people put the light, you know, the sun or something behind them and it looks, you know, yeah, you know, you need to think of the viewer. You need to, you know, a whole lot of things, make it stable. Don't jerk the camera around. You know, he has a very good sense of that, you know, and, and he did buy the new camera, and I think in the long run it'll probably make his videos better, but you don't instantly see like, oh my goodness, look at that new camera, how much better it looks. You spend a lot of money on a new camera, and it might give you like a 2 or 3% improvement in your videos, technical quality, which most viewers probably won't even notice it. Wrap my VW like a Porsche, writes Al Frankenbeans. Walmart pulled out of sponsoring YouTube creators. I do remember that, Craig. Yeah, they were doing that originally, and then they stopped doing it. You know, it's like Tim Tracker. I enjoy his videos. He does him and his wife do the videos down in the Orlando area of all the touristy stuff and the Disney properties. And like once a week, they will go into a Target and walk around the Target and just ooh and ah about all the wondrous things in the Target. And you know that Target's got to be giving them some sort of compensation for that. You know, it's just like I go to my local Target and what do you talk about? I don't know what to talk about. You know, I like going in kind of funky, dumpy stores like Kmart's. Some of the Walmarts are kind of dumpy. It's kind of fun to go in those kind of stores, but most of the Targets around here are pretty upscale and very good looking. And, you know, hey, Douglas, how are you doing? What's up, Dave? NF is really stealth now. You know, and it was, again, my brain these names are hard for me to come by. The guy in the purple van, that guy in the purple van I talked about yesterday, who's up in British Columbia, Vancouver. He was bitching about the fact that he has a big purple van with I guess he has his name on it, his channel. and how people are banging on his doors and constantly bugging him. Well, you know, if you're going to drive around in an RV with your name on the side, people are going to, they know who you are. They're going to come up when you know that when Nomadic Fanatic pulls that RV into an RV park or someplace, you know, people are going to be banging. Oh, he's like a celebrity. There's Nomadic Fanatic. You know, a lot of those people are watching him. You know, he's got 150,000 subscribers. Here's an interesting conundrum. Speaking of subscribers, I got 3.6 thousand subs right now. Thank you all so much for everybody. I think it just jumped up to 3.7. Thank you so much. 3,700 subs. Yesterday I did a video. 2 days ago I did a video. I think it was the one with Camper. It was the one Caravan Carolyn. She burned herself with the USB cord and all that. I got over 5,000 views of that. And I was noticing the Carpetbagger had a video that he uploaded at about the same time of some touristy thing he was doing. And he had 4,600 views of that. And then, you know, at the same time. So there were roughly videos that went up at the same time. They were up for about a day. I had 5,000. He had 4,600. And I just thought that was kind of interesting because I have a little over 3,000 subs and he has 120,000 subs. And I was like saying, you know what? Little old Dave here is getting the same kind of viewership that this guy's getting. And I've noticed that sometimes, you know, you'll see somebody who has, you know, a lot more subs than I have. They have 30,000 subs or 40,000 subs or 120,000 subs. And I'm like, I'm not that far off. They may have more of the views, but we're not that far off. So I don't know. That whole subscriber thing just kind of blows my mind. It was nice to see Nomadic Fanatic have 150,000 subs. It's nice to see Adam have 200,000 subs. It's nice to see all that stuff. But you look at their viewer counts and stuff, and you go, are they really significantly getting more views? Or, you know, and you do even see some YouTube channels where the sub count keeps going up and the viewers, they used to get approximately 10,000 views a video. Now they're down to 8 or 9. I don't know. It's kind of, you know, I don't know. Nomadic Fanatic needs to go to Europe, Australia. North America has been done to death. I totally agree with you, Line Screw. I think some of these YouTubers, especially the explorers, they need to go elsewhere, you know? I mean, again, a lot of them haven't. Canada's good. A lot, you know, they're all, you know, Canada is a wonderful place. I like to see if they don't want to get on a, you know, how do you get to Australia? You got to go to Australia and buy an RV there. I mean, you can't, it's got to be hard to ship your RV over there. And you got to, you know, it's probably a pain. So it might be better for him to go to Australia and then buy or rent one or lease one and then cross. That would be really cool. If some, you know, like Less Junk, More Journey or Carolyn's RV Life would go to Australia or go to Europe. Well, now there are a lot of RVer type things in Europe too. We saw When in Rome Travels did a really good tour of Europe in that little van they had. They went all over the place. That was really wonderful too. But yeah, it'd be nice to see or pick places that, you know, in North America where everybody hasn't been. You know, we see a lot of explorers on the west coast of Canada. It's beautiful there. Vancouver in the summertime, you know, going up to Alaska. But we don't see a hell of a lot on the east coast of Canada. You know, Nova Scotia, New Brunswick, Prince Edward Island, Labrador, Newfoundland, you know, Montreal, Canada, Quebec. You know, that's a whole beautiful area up there. And we don't see a lot of, I don't see a lot of nomads doing that, especially American nomads. You know, why not do that? You know? Nomadic Fanatic, you know, he chases 70 degrees. Well, it's going to be hard to find 70 degrees in, you know, even the Northeast USA in July and August. Why not just go up into Canada? You know, go all the way up there. Go way up there. You know, I don't know. It would be really cool. I totally agree. Look, find places in America. There's a lot of places in America that haven't been RV'd to death, you know, or, you know, but yeah, to see these people going to the same places, you know, Colorado and Texas and Southern California and, you know, Quartzsite and, you know, it's just like, in order to see the RVers that, you know, so many RVers for some reason seem to be from the Seattle, Washington State area, which is a pretty area. Don't get me wrong. But, you know, we're just kind of going around in circles and circles, you know. Love my PA. Pennsylvania, it's a perfect state. You know, I don't think I've seen a lot of hiking videos from Pennsylvania, but you don't see a lot of RVer videos from Pennsylvania. And part of the problem is, too, it's not as RV friendly. You know, the Northeast, you know, probably maybe the northeastern part of Canada, that part of Canada there, eastern Atlantic Canada is probably, I don't know if it's friendly. Is it RV friendly? Are there places where RVs can boondock? Are there Walmarts that allow the parking? There's a lot of Walmarts here in the East, but a lot of them do not allow overnight parking. They're in urban areas. You know, they don't have giant parking lots. You know, and they probably don't want people parking. I know the Walmart here in the Springfield area. It's, you know, it's fairly confined. There's a lot of houses around it, roads, and they don't have the giganticest parking lot. So yeah, I've heard that about a lot of them. And the other problem that I've heard from a lot of RVers is the older bridges, older roads in the Northeast United States, and there's a lot of very low bridges. And I noticed Nomadic Fanatic was talking about that last time he was going through New York and into New England. He was talking about how you have to actually get an app that shows you where the low bridges are, because there are some bridges that are quite low and trucks are not supposed to do it. And some of the apps don't have all, you know, there's a lot of interesting things like that deal with it. Hi, Bud Blankenship. The only place he can stealth is at Ben and Jerry's plant. NF can look up the naked cowboy like carpetbagger. Well, again, you know, New York has also been kind of done to death, I think. New York City. I don't know. Can NF get into Canada with his record? I don't know. He'd have to ask Line Screw. Line Screw's the expert on, you know, if you have some sort of a record, you know, when you get into Canada, you know, I don't know. Good question. Good question there. Quebec City and Newfoundland. Yeah, I totally agree. I would love to see, like, you know, Newfoundland and even get up into Labrador. I don't know what the roads are like way up there, but I think that would be really cool. You know, Nova Scotia even, you know, some cool stuff there. NF works for his stuff and doesn't trash other YouTubers. You're very right there, you know. And Danny, again, I really want to get down to see you guys down there in Georgia, North Georgia. Hi, Caravan Carolyn. We don't get cell service there. You know, that's another problem. Exactly. If you're going to be doing the daily or the quasi-daily type of vlogging, you need to go somewhere where there's cell service, right? Or else how are you going to get your videos out? And that's another big thing. And I noticed Less Junk, More Journey were talking about that. It's just going from Alberta into British Columbia, how much trouble it is to get internet connections and upload videos, and how much more expensive. When you're on the road, they said, in these little towns in like Alberta, you know, to pull up to some place, it's not like, you know, in a major American city where you can pretty much go to any Starbucks or any major store or Walmart, park in the parking lot and plug into their free Wi-Fi. You know, there are places where you have to pay for the Wi-Fi, and it's sometimes like a lot, you know, and yeah, and then doing all that, you know, I guess you could do your exploration and just save all the videos on your little drives and then get home and then upload everything. But if you want to do it while you're on the road, which is kind of cool, you got to find a place where it's easy to do that. It's a definitely good point there, Ms. Carolyn. The Motorhome Experiment did Eastern Canada last summer. Yeah, there's always somebody, you know, there are so many RV channels. It's hard to keep them all straight. And yeah, you can always, if you want to find somebody, I'm sure there's somebody who's done wherever I'm talking about that hasn't been done much. But as I said, certain YouTubers that you like, that you've gotten friendly with, like Nomadic Fanatic, like Camper Van Kevin, like Caravan Carolyn, and stuff like that. Pandemonium, Destination Open Road, you know, doing other places to see them do some of the other places would be kind of cool. You know, Upper Peninsula of Michigan. Yeah, and I think Nomadic Fanatic was there. Nova Scotia is reasonable on the RV lifestyle, writes Line Screw. Yeah, I'd love to see. I'd like to go there. I'd like to go there. Please, we need more old McDonald's locations. dirty Burger Kings. I noticed, like, you know, a lot of the fast food places here in Northern Virginia are kind of old, and they're kind of grunky and dirty, and you sit down and the chairs squeak and the tables, the paint's peeling, and yeah, there's quite a lot of that. You know, I could do dirty, cruddy fast food places. Camper Van Elvis has transformed himself into an evangelical preacher when he live streams. Really? Chips and curry sauce. How are you doing, guys? Really, I can take Camper Van Elvis in small bits. Okay, I don't sit and watch every video he does because he does get on your nerves anyway. But he's pretty funny today. He's out there in the wilds of Cook County, Illinois, which is Chicago. Gus Avocados, with respect to my American friends, your cars are crap and made from Tic Tac plastic. You need more European RVs like VWs. You need more European RVs like VW or Mercedes. They are smaller and can go over on any bridge. Yeah, I don't know. Again, I'm not an expert in the quality of American-made RVs and stuff like that, or vans. I don't know. I'm sure I'm sure Mercedes. Sure, I'm sure a Mercedes, a van, or something like that would probably be pretty cool. But I'm sure it's a lot more expensive too. And again, the other problem you have too is repairs. Okay, if you got something that's foreign, that's European, it might be harder to get it fixed. You got a Ford, you got a Chevy, you go out west, all those mechanics know how to work on those. If you got a Saab, Saab RV, I don't know. You want something that's easy to fix. The parts are easy to get. You don't want to be stuck in, bumfuck Saskatchewan with your Mercedes RV and they can't get the part and it takes 3 weeks to get it. So that's another thing too that has to play into all that. Ease of repair, Why doesn't anyone vlog Disney? Tim writes. Where have you been? No. If I were president, I would put a ban. Nobody can vlog anywhere within 100 miles of Orlando and Anaheim, including Los Angeles. Just go away. No more RVers, no more nomads, no more anywhere in Southern California or Southern Florida. Okay, Southern California, Southern Florida, just none of it. Let's go elsewhere. Steampunk Steve was in the UP. Oh, okay. Dad Cam rocks. What he's going to Nova Scotia? Well, good. I am glad. I'm glad to see that. Washington is beautiful. Washington State is a beautiful place. I presume you're talking about the state, not the city. Although, I talk about doing some exploration videos, and there's a lot of weird things in the Washington, D.C. area to report on. Oh, a lot of good, crazy history and stuff like that. So, it's interesting when you turn on. It's like what Adam was doing when he was getting on the rental car and going on the airplane, going to cities. You could spend 2 or 3 or 4 weeks. You could spend a month in Chicago or Salt Lake City or Denver and really get into the history and the quirkiness of it. Don't just do the touristy things. You go to the museum, you go to this, you go to that. It's like, and it's true with Los Angeles. It's the one reason I do like Jordan the Lion, that he gets to the weird stuff you would never think about seeing. If you went out to Los Angeles for a week or so, you wouldn't have time to do all this crazy stuff. So that's why I like his channel a lot, because he does that stuff. Even though he hates me, even though I helped him grow his channel in the early days, he hates Dave. I'll tell you, that's what I'm the Rodney Dangerfield of the bottom of YouTube. I mention people before they get big. I help them grow their channels. I talk about them, and then they get, and then they leave me in the dust and move on, and then they hate me. 112 watching and 112 likes. We got 107 right now. That's cool. That's cool. Cyberman Bill. How you doing, Mr. Bill? Mr. Bill. Okay, let me catch up in the comments. It's hard to catch up. There's so many comments. Camper Van Elvis needs to put on his shirt. No kidding. He probably thinks the ladies love this. The ladies love this kind of. It's 7 a.m. I have to go to sleep. It's my bedtime. I have to get up and shoot a video of a dirty Taco Bell and Carl's Jr. It should be breathtaking. Cyberman Bill, is your bedtime? You go to bed at 7 a.m.? Eric Nomadic Fanatic is going to explore Tijuana and the donkey shows. I would like to see more. I would like to see more explorers go to Mexico. I realize it's probably not that safe. Parts of Mexico are not that safe with all the gangs and the crime. You know, I've heard a lot about places like Acapulco and even Tijuana being kind of dangerous. So yeah, I think there is a factor there. And again, probably getting the internet. It's probably hard to find internet and stuff like that. Yeah, but it would be interesting to kind of, you know, RV around Mexico City or the Yucatan. I don't know. You know, it would be interesting. Nashville to Mississippi. Oh, yeah, even Mississippi, you know, that's kind of an overlooked state. We do see some RVers going through it when they going from Florida to Texas, but, you know, spending some more time in, say, mid-northern Mississippi and kind of the rural areas. Again, I always liked that. I always found that fascinating when Adam the Woo would just, when he had Large Marge, he would just get it, or he had the van, he'd get in it and just drive from little town to little town, you know, parts of Alabama and Georgia and Mississippi. And it was really cool, you know, just these little towns and see what's up with them. I found that fascinating, you know, and I'm kind of sorry he doesn't do so much of that. Yeah, Verizon and AT&T, Danny, they're two of the bigger cell phone providers, and people, and I've heard, I think Bob, Cheap RV Living, Bob, I think he had a guy on the other day was talking about getting cell service when you're out and about. And he said you need basically to subscribe, at least have a phone with a plan with, you need both Verizon and AT&T. He said there are some places that get Verizon really well, other places that get AT&T really well, especially when you're out in the hinterland, when you're away from big cities. But there's you know, you'll always get one or the other. You know, you will find, you know, if you're out in somewhere in New Mexico or Nevada, either AT&T or Verizon will provide you decent service, but it's hard to find. If you have one or the other, you will often find you're out of luck. So that's another thing. And what Cheap RV Living Bob said, you know, the other thing you got to do is stay within so many miles of a major highway, because there's all the interstates have cell service, because, you know, people are talking while they're driving across the country. So you know that there's, you know, cell service within, say, 15 or 10 miles, 5 miles of an interstate. So you kind of got to keep your, you know, be near a town or an interstate or a mountain that can overlook an interstate so you can get good reception. But that's definitely a problem, especially if you're doing, you know, the semi-daily or the regular daily vlogging kind of things. Americans love European RVs. They just don't import them here. Yeah. And again, they'd be more expensive. I was looking, you know, I was checking out in one of those RV showroom there places in Manassas, where my sister lives. I was doing that a little while ago, and I didn't see a lot of European product there. It was mainly American stuff. Candy! Hi, Big Time. So, Big Time, yeah. So, how are you doing? Big Time, I was asking about Big Time's accent. He had that little accent a while back, just making sure you're okay. That's good. The Unibasist language. What are you complaining about, Unibase? Somebody saying bad language? Cyberman Bill, say hi to Tony the Tiger for us. Miss Serendipity Wonders. Oh, who was it, Craig? We needed to do a shout out. Craig, was it Kitschy? Somebody was having some health issues. Fill me in, Craig. Let me get down here to the current. Yeah, you know, Craig's my man. He there's a couple shout outs we needed to do to some folks who are having some health issues, and darn it, I should have written it down. Rosie, that's it. Rosie H. A shout out to you, Rosie. You were having some sort of a health issue there, and you were in the hospital, and we are all sending our good vibes to you, Rosie. Rosie, yes, Rosie. So yeah, we should do that. You know, the Camo Dave hospital ward, everybody who's in the hospital at the time. A shout out to all our friends in the hospital. Did you ever watch one of those Mass for Shut-ins? I remember my grandmother used to do that on Sunday mornings. It was some preacher dude or something like that. But they would always do the shout outs to all the folks, I'm praying for, Cynthia in Cincinnati who's suffering from gallbladder issues. And then there's Tom in Detroit who's, had his foot amputated, yeah. Oh, yeah. And Bubba lost his cat. We have to do a shout out to Bubba Warbucks. What happened to Bubba's cat? When it ran away, Cats do that. They're weird, Poor old, yeah. Bubba lost his cat. Well, I don't know. Cats do that. Maybe they'll come back, Oh my goodness, Gus. My friend was killed in Mexico when he was traveling by bicycle. They cut off his head and they robbed him. Oh my God. Oh my God. I drove all over Mexico in an Astro minivan and it felt safe. But that was when I was young years ago. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I would think there would be the issue of safety. Kevin Jinks. Do you think Adam the Woo's change dates back to his girlfriend breaking up with him around Christmas a couple years ago? Hasn't been the same still since. Yeah, he had that. He was living in Anaheim, right? And he had a girlfriend living with him and some other people. And then all of his roommates moved out, including the girlfriend. And then he was stuck with the entire rent. And then he decided to, get in the van and go. I don't know. I don't know. I think Adam is going through some sort of a midlife crisis. I do. I think he's not just assessing his life, but he's also assessing where's his YouTube channel going to go, And I think in the last year or so, you've seen him trying to start certain avenues, and then they kind of turns around and changes it. He was going to do those monthly big kind of film review things, and that kind of went away. And then he stopped doing the daily vlogs, at least on a daily basis, but he's kind of come back to doing them semi-daily. And he's decided not to do any more personal information. One of the reasons I really enjoyed the Daily Woo was how it was a slice of his life and how he would talk about his personal situation. I like that. I like that whole exploring, but also talking about how he was dealing with day-to-day stuff. I thought that was a really nice thing. And today now he's gotten rid of that. No more talking about my life. No more talking. He does though he had his family in his video the other day. He'll show that. He'll friends sometimes are with him, but it's all about the touristy stuff. And I miss that. I miss it. But I think he is trying somehow he's not quite sure, and you can sense that in his channel. He's not quite sure about where he's going with his life. He's not quite sure where he's going with his channel. He still does some good stuff. Hey, SKG, I'm on. You guys, so what are you in New Jersey, huh? Down at the Shaw. Black bigot walking on the beach. Black bigot pulled over by the cops. Black bigot was giving information about when the cops, you put both of your hands on the wheel so they can see, be polite and just answer their questions very directly. Ron Buckley has a great karaoke video. Really? I'll have to check that out. Caravan Carolyn. Get your Carolyn straight, damn it. Okay, you're Caravan Carolyn, and then there's RV Carolyn. It is so confusing. It is so confusing with all those C things. There's Caravan Carolyn, Camper Van. I don't know. It's I mix it up, and everybody's and then there's so many Camper Van this and I don't know. The problem is today you need to make a name up that's kind of stands out, and a lot of the names I get them all mixed up. Van City, Van Life, Van Go, Van this, Van, a lot of Van things, and it's just hard. Let's get Adam some black hair dye and a stingray. Midlife crisis. What about that giant balloon looking like President Trump flying over London? Hey, morning, Kev C. How are you? Oh, yeah. Okay. Okay. You're not talking specifically about me, although I do mix up a lot of the Carolyns. I'm changing my name to Carolyn. SKG. Too many Carolyns. We had a Dave problem in our family a while back. Oh, there were too many Daves. My sister's first husband was Dave, and then she got divorced and was dating another Dave, and then there's me, Dave, and then there was a couple friends of ours named Dave, and and then it was like, well, you're Dave, you're Davey, you're David, and it's like it was so mixed up. Which Dave are you talking about? Kevin Jinks, thanks for all you do. I think Camo Dave is unfairly judged as a troll. People don't realize what you have done positively for other channels. You rock. Again, I don't consider myself a troll. I know that a lot of people call trolls anybody who you watch Living Free Mikey, and he basically anybody who is criticizes him, he calls a troll. Okay, anybody who criticizes his channel or himself is a troll. And that's a critic. Okay, that's just ordinary people. You're not allowed. Basically, he says you're not allowed to criticize me, and if you do, I'm going to call you a troll. A troll is somebody who uses an anonymous name or an anonymous identity and goes on internet channels and posts nasty comments and has multiple channels and multiple identities and stuff like that, and basically just to kind of screw things up and say nasty things. That's what I would call a troll. Okay, most trolls are not dangerous or bad. I think they make people angry. They just like to spew venom constantly, and there's always going to be trolls on YouTube and other social media things. And you got to deal with that. I'm not a troll. You know my name. You know my name. Look up the number. You know my name. I do criticism. I talk about things. I try to be fair. What do you say? I'm a critic. My sister-in-law is a troll. Really, Steampunk Sam? Nancy Ray, classy Carolyn. Carolyn, I had the same thing happen with a charger. It was under a pillow. Thank goodness I was home to find it. You got to be careful about those electronic devices. You really do. I was listening to a thing on the radio the other day. They're very careful about, too, putting anything, like a cell phone or a laptop or a tablet, putting anything with a battery in it, like in a hot car. It can either damage it or it can cause it to explode. Or the other thing I was reading that can happen in a lot of these phones and stuff is battery swelling. That's an interesting. I never knew about that. I had a phone charger in my car, because I'm often I'm in the car, the phone's dead. I'm like, and I liked having that phone charger in the car. And I noticed the other day when I went to look at it, the phone charger had looked like it had swollen up. It looked like it had like a case of the mumps. It was all swollen, and it looked like the case was still intact, but it looked like it was getting ready to burst open. And then I did a couple YouTube searches and found out that it's battery swelling. And some of these, what do they call, lithium-ion batteries that they put in these things, they're kind of gloppy. There's goo in the batteries, and it can swell if it gets overheated, especially being in a hot vehicle. Your car, in the summertime in the sun can go, things can go to like 150, 60 degrees. Dave's Trollathon. The Unibasis, is that what's happening under your shirt there, Dave? Oh, gosh. Quit focusing on my shirt, Unibasist. You hanging out with Blind Views this weekend? I hear his wife's still away, right? So you guys are kind of hanging out together, huh? Is my Volkswagen strong enough to charge a cell phone? I don't, I don't want to mess around with plugging the things into the car. I'm sure I could do it, but then you got to deal with the fuses and I don't know. I just try to keep the car the car. Gus is going to a hiking holiday to Norway for 10 days. Now, there's a good place for some RVers. Norway, huh? The fjords. I think that would be really cool. Drive all the way up the coast, all the way up there. That would be really neat. Lou Skunt sent me American Supertramp writes, how's Camo Dave? Camo Dave is doing just fine today, thank you. It is a beautiful day here in the D.C. area, and I want to get out and do some hiking today because it's been too hot to hike the last couple weeks, and I want to get out and get into on some trails and do some stuff. So I am going to do that pretty damn soon. Welcome to the Camo Chat where we talk about batteries. Well, it's an issue. Nomads, you have all your devices, you have batteries. And they leak, and they swell, and they explode. All right, Miss Serendipity, thank you for being here. Wrong Way Museum. I'm glad they gave Line Screw more hours on his security job. I don't know. Someone was telling me about Line Screw. I don't know the whole history of him, but he was. I should have watched more of that Blind View's interview. But yeah, he used to work for the government in Canada, and he has a lot of things going on. He says he's got like 5 income streams. He's doing just fine, thank you. New rumor: Nomadic Fanatic back with Morgan gets married on the Travel Channel. Yeah. I don't know. Bye, Candy. It's boiling hot in London. It's going to suck here, Sparky Tuttle writes. 113 degrees. All right, so what else is going on the bottom of YouTube this week? The tragic deaths of those hikers up in Canada that did the YouTube channel. That's really sad. We've got a number of YouTubers that are heading across British Columbia into Alaska. So we've got Let's Talk More Journey, and we've got Carolyn's RV Life doing that. Berger is in Indiana hanging out with some friends and family, not doing too much there. I'm curious just to see where he's going to go, where he's going to take his explorations in the future. I don't know. Is he going to be heading to the Northeast? Is he going to stay in Indiana for a while? I don't know. Adam is back. Adam the Voo is back in LA. Hey, what do you say about Adam? I still think Adam ought to start. He tiptoes into live streams, then he gets off them. He did a live stream the other night, which I didn't see, and he took it down. Made some super chat money, I am sure. Super chat money. Yes, people like super chat money. I'd like to see Adam do maybe like a talk show. How about this, Adam? How about this? Friday night, say 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock Pacific time, 11 o'clock midnight Eastern time. Find somewhere in LA, maybe just out on the street on Hollywood Boulevard, get together with some friends, get together with some of the people that are into like a lot of the YouTube stuff in Hollywood, maybe some of the people in the business. Thank you, Mikey Mike. I dropped that little hint there. Hey, everybody. $10 from Mikey Mike. Thank you so much. But Adam ought to do some sort of a live stream talk show, maybe on Friday and Saturday nights or a couple times a week on a regular basis, and interview folks. Maybe some folks connected to the Disney properties, maybe some other YouTubers that are doing vlogs or whatever. Maybe set up a little. I don't know where we could do it. I'd probably not in his apartment. I don't know what. But he set up some little studio somewhere and do that, or do it out on the street somewhere. But do a regular kind of thing. What are you saying, SKG Explorers? What are you sleeping? Are you saying I'm boring? Oh, thank you, Caravan Carolyn. Thank you so much. Woo-hoo-hoo! Dave, are your Wednesday streams going to be a regular thing? Intellectual conversation without the gossip. Yeah, I am. What I want to do, I want to set up 3 weekly streams. Okay, that's my idea right now. This one on Saturdays, SaturDAVE with Dave. SaturDAVE. We'll talk about bottom of YouTube past week. Okay. 9:30 is a good time. Again, I could still maybe try it a little later. We could try it maybe Saturday afternoon, but I'm still getting a lot of people saying, no, 9:30 is a good time. I realize it's too early for you folks in Hawaii and Alaska and parts of the West Coast, but, I just want to get regular streams going so that at 9:30 every Saturday, Dave will be here. The other thing I want to do is a stream in the middle of the week. Wednesday is a good day where we talk about other things other than YouTube stuff, like media stuff, like politics, other, current events. Okay, we're doing those. I'm doing those 1:30 on Wednesdays. That's in the afternoon. Okay, so that's the two chats I've got set up now. This one's on my Camo Dave channel. You also got to go and subscribe to my Dave Hughes channel. YouTube.com/Dave Hughes, one big word, DAVEHUGHES. And so my non-bottom of YouTube stuff is all over there. Okay, so that's my other channel where I talk about everything else. This channel is my Camo Dave channel. This channel is where I talk about bottom of YouTube stuff. And then I also want to start up a radio chat because I do a lot of radio business stuff on my website, dcrtv.com. And I noticed on some of the chats, people love talking about radio stations and DJs and Howard Stern and personalities. And I enjoy that too. So I want to start up a regular chat on radio stuff. I'm still not 100% sure what the time and the date on that, whether that needs to be a weekly thing or maybe a monthly thing. But I'm working on doing that too. So 3 regular chats is what I'm looking at. And then, and that's it. I don't want to get overexposed. I do not want to get overexposed on chatting like the carpetbagger. He's, pops up every 5 minutes. Oh, there he is again. There he is again. There he is again. There he's doing postcards. There he's driving around. There he's at the grocery store. There he's walking around his backyard with his cats. There he's in Waynesville. There he's in, I don't know, man. I don't know. What happens on Thursday? Oh, yes. There's some guy in Harrisburg, I think, does a, and then we've got the big kahuna there, Blind Views, Thirsty Thursdays, Saturday, Wednesday, Thursdays on Wednesdays. Thirsty Thursdays, Thirsty Thursdays at 7 o'clock Eastern Time, Blind Views. And sometimes we see the Unibassist. Sometimes the Unibassist is mic'd and he can talk, and sometimes he's gagged. Sometimes they won't let him talk. I like it when he talks. But I bet you Blind View said, you talk too much. You're stealing my thunder. I'm taking your mic away. You can't talk anymore. Hi, Bama. Mike, how are you? Steve Buchanan. What's up with Living Free Mikey? I think he's just been hanging out with family and friends up there in Minnesota. He hasn't really been doing much. His last couple of videos are just kind of family and friends hanging out things. I think he's kind of taking a break. Be interesting to see where he goes with his channel and where he travels to. But at the moment, I think he's just taking some personal time, which is not a bad thing, Wally says, where's my channel? WTF. Wally? Who's Wally? Wally? I don't mix up the Carolins. CRVL is cranky and CC is crusty. Crusty, that's not nice. Oh, my word. Hi, New Nomadic. Thank you. Collectively known as Zero Effort Productions. Yeah. That's right. That was Line Screw. Not Line Screw. I do this all the time. For some reason, my brain mixes up Line Screw and Blind Views. Blind Views got mad at me a month or two ago because we had that whole thing with Stingray and whatever. And he did a couple videos where he was really trashing me, and he called me, Zero Effort Dave. Zero effort. He just gets his stupid little squeaky camera and aims at it and just does this and doesn't do any editing and says the wrong words. Zero effort. Just does those streams that take no effort and begs for money. money. And then, of course, when he started doing some of the streams too. So, I don't know. Yeah, the nice thing about the streams is it's very little effort. You just plug in the camera and go. You know, there is no editing and all that stuff. So Zep welcomes Ron Mid-East Buckley. Yeah, Ron, when are you going to be heading back to the DC area? How much longer is your tour of duty last? Clearsky the Creeper, Dave, you still sign spinning. I'm not going to talk too much about this today, but the guy Mark, the homeless guy at the Target that I've been hanging out with, found out some interesting stuff about him the other day. Some friends of mine know him, and I'm working on making a little video and telling you more about that. I'm not going to mention anything today. Some really sad stuff with him. He was a surgeon, and he had some troubles, and you know, it is interesting though to see these homeless folks, how they got that way. You know, you see a homeless person in a parking lot or in the median strip of the little sign, you know, and there's a story there, you know, and it's interesting to see how did somebody get that way? How did they end up like that? And some of the stories are kind of compelling, and I'm going to be looking at doing some more on Mark, the Target homeless guy, in the near future. I got to do a little more research. I want to talk to a few more people, but there's a fascinating story behind him, and it's sad. It's a very sad story. But those homeless folks, they're not just lazy. I'm lazy. I don't want to work. I'm just going to sit here in a lawn chair in the Target parking lot. You know, a lot of them have had very complex, interesting lives, and a lot of it's not necessarily their fault. But it's interesting to see how people end up that way. And there's a good line. I can. My brain does this to me all the time. People's names. There's a line in a song, from the penthouse to the pavement, it's not that far. What song is that? He wrote, penthouse to pavement, it's not that far. There's a woman from England who sang that. I can't think of her name. Anyway, it's true. That line is very true. From penthouse to pavement is not that far. The guy who's rich living in the penthouse and the person who's sitting there on the pavement with their sign begging for money, it's not that far. It's not that far. Penthouse. Damn, that's going to drive me nuts. Walking down Madison. See, that's going to drive me nutty now. I got to Google that. Oh, hold on a sec. I'll find this. I will tell you this. Kirsty MacColl. Oh my goodness. Kirsty MacColl is one of my favorites of all time. Kirsty MacColl is a British lady. I think she's British, or is she Australian? I don't know. Kirsty, I think she's British. Anyway, Walking Down Madison. Go on YouTube. It's on there. And look at the song Walking Down Madison. If that doesn't send chills up your spine, regarding the whole homeless situation and how some people make it and some people don't. Some people live in the penthouse in the glorious wealth. Some people live in the street. Some people live in their cars. And how does that all happen? And what a wonderful song. Walking Down Madison. Kirsty met a very, very, very sad death. I think she was vacationing with her family in Mexico, the Yucatan, somewhere down there. And a speedboat. There was somebody driving a speedboat, and she was out in the water swimming and playing around, and some speedboat came right over her, and she pushed her son out of the way, saved his life. But the speedboat motor, and it caused some horrible injuries, and she ended up dying. But and she was only like 30-something. But it was a really sad, sad ending to poor Kirsty MacColl. But that song, Walking Down Madison, I highly recommend it. It is a wonderful song. She is British. Yes. Yeah. Yeah. I felt like I really felt that. I hear that song and I go, what a damn good song. Walking Down Madison Avenue. It's not Madison, Wisconsin. But yeah, talking about the homeless people and how New York City is such a big mix. You see the richest and the poorest all together within just, feet of each other. The Germ called me yesterday. He called me on the phone. Didn't even leave a message. And I called him back and he didn't answer. What do you want, Germ? Damn, is that how you treat your dad? That's right, I'm revealing it now. I am the Germ's dad. Anyway, is that how you treat your dad? Germ, you're something else. Okay, yeah, the Unibasis, right? You're at the Unibasis. You're gonna do a stream live from the Unibasist's house, huh? Live from the Unibasis basement. Where do you got? You got Blind Views tied up there in the basement? What are you doing with Blind Views, Unibasist? Where is he? Is he locked in the attic? The old crazy man locked in the attic. All right, bottom of YouTube review. Anything more? I like the banner in the background. Should hang it higher. I know. Isn't that cool? Thank you, Time Chaser. This is Line Screwball and Crotchy, who's just chilling today. He's just chilling. Let's see. What? Oh, somebody in Russian. Well, I don't know. Evie's not here to translate. Nothing new from Evie and Jed. I mean, I saw a couple of Evie did a couple chats and stuff. How to make ice in your van. I don't know. Poor old Evie and Jed. I don't know, man. They got to find a way. They got to find a way to get back on the road. I don't know. They're good on the roads. Just kind of doing their crap in Portland there is kind of boring, you know. We just wrote an instrumental called Camo Rave. Oh, really? Are you the bassist? I can't wait to hear it. Ooh, when are you gonna debut that one on Thirsty Thursday next Thursday? I would love to see that. Screwball. I thought it kind of looked a little like Andrew. Isn't that his name? Line Screw Andrew. I thought had kind of the glasses. Hang that high. Dave, you make sure you watch the 2-minute video I put up tomorrow morning. I put a little camo joke in there for you. Okay, the Germ. Sure, Germ. Have you ever traveled around Europe, Gus Avocado, once? Gus Avocado. I've been to Europe. When I was in high school, I did a trip with my Latin class for 2 weeks. We did Rome and Britain. We went to Belgium, and we went all over England, Scotland, and Wales. It was a lot of fun. I really enjoyed that. I listened to a lot of crazy radio, and I had a great time. And I've been to Europe with my dear mother. We went to Europe 3 times. Mainly England. London. I've done that, but so Belgium, England, Scotland, Wales. That's pretty much what I've done in Europe. But I'd love to go do more, but I don't know. I got to get my passport renewed. It expired last year, and I just haven't bothered to do that. I need to go down to the post office and file the forms and pay the money and do that. I just, Carl Fry, no audio. I don't know. I can hear myself. Yeah, well, I just put this up. I'm just throwing it together. Put that ball on top of my car antenna. All right. So, who else do we need to talk about this week, huh? I did. We had the Sightseeing Sally interviews there with Blind Views. Those were cool. Also heard that the guy that was stalking Sightseeing Sally has had his channel removed. I've heard that. I'm not going to mention his name, so that's good. That's good. Who else? Who else is out there doing some interesting stuff? Again, most of the RVers that I've noticed, Camperman Kevin, Pandemonium, Destination Open Road, most of them seem to be basically clustered in the Colorado area to the west of Denver there, a little bit up in the mountains. Not too many RVers down there in Arizona and that kind of thing. I guess now because it's so friggin' hot, right? I totally, if you have to get, when you graduate high school or college, I'd say go travel Europe, just go do it. When you're healthy and young and you're not connected to a job or your relationship, I would say if I had the choice, it's like the things you say about yourself what I would do now, my life differently, if I could relive my life, what would I do now? Couple things I would do differently. Sure, I would have probably taken some time after college before I got a job to go do some traveling, like in Europe, spend the summer and just go wanderlust. I would do that. The question is, you don't always have money. A lot of times when you're in college, you're broke. You're kind of, it's hard to get a pizza, much less take a trip to Europe. But find a way to do that when you're young, probably in your early 20s, because it's something you will always remember and love. And I did some traveling in Europe, not as much as I'd like to do. And I have some wonderful times there with my mom, and we did London a couple times, and I will treasure those memories. The other thing I wish I had done, I'll tell you, my mom passed away in 2004, and she had a house that was paid for, and my sister and I inherited the house, and we decided to just sell the house and move on with our lives. And so we got a nice chunk of change from that. And I went and invested that chunk of change in a condo, which lost value over the next 15 years and put me in a situation that I am now in. But I wish at that time I had taken that money instead and bought Amazon stock with it, and also taken a good chunk of the money and bought an RV or something and done some traveling. I really wish I had done that. I really do. I think that would have been a lot of fun. YouTube wasn't a big thing at the moment. This was 2004, 2005. I was not even really aware of YouTube back then. Had it been what it is now, if people were doing all the RV stuff and doing all the traveling and all the videos back in 2004 and 5, I would have probably thought, hey, I'm going to join the club, because I had the money then. I could have gotten a nice RV or a van or something and done that. And I kind of wish I had done that back then. I didn't do that. I went and bought a condo, which turned out to be a lousy investment. And I had some good times in the condo, and I worked on my website business. But I do kind of, it's interesting when you get older, how you rethink your life and think, if I only had done this differently, Could be dangerous now to go to Europe, at least backpacking and such. Yeah, there are, dangers and stuff. Sure, anything's dangerous. I kissed a Russian woman once and again. Yeah, I was looking for security, in a condo, and I thought the condo would be a good investment. Everybody said it'll be a great investment. They're building mass transit, and you're only a mile away from the station. And who knew? Buy WWE stock before it doubles. They got the new TV. They already got the new TV contracts, right? Oh yeah. Don't ever invest in rentals. Invest in land. I missed the talk about the batteries. Swollen batteries. Anyway, so let's see. I'm just trying to think of, is there anyone else who we haven't talked about? Caravan Carolyn has been pretty much driving around Washington State. Yeah, I think that about covers it. The big news, Eric Nomadic Fanatic and his new van wrap. So yeah, he seems to be happy, but yeah, he's going to get back on that Lincoln Highway, and he's going to be hitting the Northeast, and July and August is hot. It's damn hot in the Northeast. I don't know. Carpetbagger chasing the trolls as usual. The guy, I don't know if there's a guy that's got more trolls on the brain than the Carpetbagger. I don't know. He goes everywhere he goes, he sees the trolls. There's a troll. There's a troll. There's a troll. The man is just I did enjoy his video where he's in that Kentucky cave. I thought that was a good video. I enjoyed that one there. That was a cool one. Oh yeah. Russian women are the best. Tony Soprano would agree. Tonya. He's always had the Russian women around him. I was watching some videos about James Gandolfini the other day. He was a great guy. I do miss him a lot. I miss The Sopranos. Oh yeah, what a good thing. Well, I'll take a quick look at my history list here and see if there's anything else. Yeah, we got RV Joey posting a couple of videos this week. I don't know. The Swedes has done a lot of things. He wants me to talk about the Swedes. I was watching some Report of the Week. That's that kooky guy, the young guy there, likes to eat weird things. What else have I been watching? Van City Van Life. I always enjoy his channel. Stingray's been doing some interesting stuff. I'll mention Lou. Lou says, "Hey, Dave, how come you never talk about me?" Well, Lou, you need to get back on your main channel, and you need to be doing those regular chats like on Monday, Wednesday, Friday afternoons, okay? He needs to be doing the regular chat thing so we know when to tune in. I did a really good video on my Dave Hughes channel about the KFC pickle fried chicken sandwich. I thought that was cool. Check that out. Pink Fairy. Pink Fairy's here in Virginia. She's vacationing in Virginia Beach. She's the lady that likes to eat a lot. So check her out. She's got some good videos. I enjoy watching her. Yeah. Carol's Every Life. Yeah, she went and visited Hyder, Alaska, which is the little town that the Canadians can go into without having to go through customs. Kind of interesting. Steaming Bean is getting ready for his big cruise. He headed down to Saskatoon, and then he went over to Toronto, and I guess he's heading down to New York. So he's ready to do his thing. Yeah. What else have I been watching? That's about it. TM Movies, a few good things. I always watch Wandering Jimmy and Pandemonium. They've been doing some good stuff lately. Angela M. Oh, Eric's former girlfriend. She's had some good videos this past week. Some very nice exploration-y things in the Colorado Rockies. Highly like that. I try watching Adam. It's hard for me to get through his videos anymore. SKG, she met a celebrity. They're hanging out there in the Jersey suburbs or the Jersey Beach area. Camper Van Kevin visited Aja Pandemonium. That was nice. Yeah, so that's what I've been watching. Not interesting stuff. So anyway, pop back on YouTube here. Let's see the comments, and then let's see. I'll give you 3 more minutes. We'll do an hour and a half. That's 3 more minutes. Got to go shopping at the Grand Union. Go buy. Oh, don't forget. Germ, put this on your list. Uh-oh. Lay's dill pickle chips. I'm gonna get that's my wrap. I'm trying to contact. I'm sorry for that crotch shot. I'm trying to contact the Lay's company to do a pickle potato chip wrap of my car. Yeah, that make me money. It'll make me some money. I need money. Okay, last 2 minutes. Super chat. Hey, if you like my channel, if you like what I'm doing, you want to help me out, pop a little bit of a little bit of dollars or cents. I got a couple donations today. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. I do appreciate it. But if you do enjoy my channel, if you do enjoy my crazy antics talking about other YouTubers and stuff, how about throwing a couple bucks my way? We're gonna e-beg for the last minute of this, okay? Appreciate that. I also got a PayPal if you want to do some PayPal. I'll put a PayPal thing in the link there. It's paypal.me/DCRTV. DCRTV is my website. DCRTV, DC Radio and Television. So it's paypal.me/DCRTV. So you can send me some bucks there. I got a post office box. I like swag. I have gotten no swag this week. Nobody's sending me swag. I got a couple bills. I got some junk mail. I did get a few payments from a few clients, but I'm getting nobody's sending me swag. I want some swag. Send me a postcard. I don't know. It's 6,200. Camo Dave. 6,200. Rolling the ball. Rolling Road. Number 2442. Springfield, VA. 22152. I'll also put the address below. Thank you, Danny Lee. Thank you so much. Appreciate that, Danny. So my PayPal. I don't have a Patreon. I don't have a Spreadshirt. I don't have an Amazon link thing. I don't do that. Thank you, Anthony. Thank you so much. Yes, you've been more than generous. I have to say, thank you very much. Appreciate it. Playlist and Eagleys $50. Diamond Slash Ranch. Thank you so much. We're thinking about doing something with my Doxinator too. I'm going to be thinking about doing a channel with my Doxinator. We got some interesting things planned. Me and Craig, we got some interesting things planned. Oh yeah, it's gonna shock you. It will shock you when you find out what we're planning for a new YouTube channel. Shocking. American Supertramp, a special package is heading my way. Should I be worried? Creeper! Red Dot Special and Salada Tea. I noticed that the dollar store here doesn't carry Salada Tea anymore. What's up with that? I can't find it at the grocery stores either. You know, the Shoppers Food Warehouse, the Safeway, the Whole Foods. I don't know. I can't find Salada Tea anywhere. I had to buy this. I don't know. I bought this instead. This is what they were carrying at the dollar store now. All natural tea. I mean, it's from Ceylon. It says product of Sri Lanka. I don't know. It's good. I have no problem with it. It's fine. But they don't have the... I went to meet CC2. The Dollar Tree has $1 bags of gum that are a serious bargain. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Big cheapo non-brand name batteries for $1. Am I related to Camper Van Elvis? I hope not. The $1 store must be sold out of expired ex-bride rebags. What is unnatural tea? I know. What is unnatural tea? Oh, plutonium is natural, right? Mold is natural. A lot of things are natural that are horrible. Poop is natural, right? I mean, you know, it's natural. It's mold, vermin, rats are natural. I don't want them on my dinner plate. Who are you? Who are you? One of the best Who albums ever. Oh yeah. Who are you? Anyway, I do appreciate it, everybody. Also, if you'd like a sticker, I've got a whole bunch of stickers. I got Loose Gun stickers. I got, but then I got a whole bunch of Camo Dave stickers. I got the Camo Club stickers. If you want a sticker, just self-addressed stamped envelope to the address below. I'll put the address below. Anyway, thank you so much for being here, everybody. I appreciate it. Arsenic is natural. Yeah, there's a lot of, Ebola is natural. I mean, there's a lot of rabies is natural. Who wants rabies? It's natural. I mean, it happens in nature, There's a lot of natural things. Lightning is natural. You don't want to get struck by lightning, do you? Sharks are natural. You want to get eaten by a shark? That's right. Dog poop is natural. You don't want it on your dinner table, do you? Oh, fraud exposer. How dare you say that? Ah! I know. You hear that all the time, don't you? Natural, this, natural. It's natural. All righty, folks. I do appreciate it. We got a little over 100 and some viewers at our peak now. We're down to about 90. Appreciate you all being here. Thank you for it. Thank you for being here today. And don't forget to like, subscribe. Don't forget to subscribe to my channels, the Dave Hughes channel, DAVEHUGHES, and my Camo Dave channel if you're not already subbed to them. Appreciate it very much. Phyllis Diller was natural, but her hair wasn't, Judy. No. Did you ever see a picture of Phyllis Diller as she really looked? I'm pretty sure those are on YouTube, somewhere, Google somewhere. It's pretty scary. Yeah. Oh, yeah. All righty, guys. Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate it. Don't forget to be here next Saturday for another SaturDAVE, 9:30 p.m. Eastern Time. Appreciate it. Have a great week. Stream silenced.